Recording. Okay. I want to say welcome to everybody who's going to see this later, everybody who's here now. This is going to be interesting. I didn't know until today, until actually a few hours ago. I shouldn't say I didn't know, I didn't remember. Today is Tesoro's fourth anniversary. We have actually been we opened up on this very day 4 years ago. We're still in there singing, swinging, and carrying on. So we must be doing something right. I hope. Uh, this is the official launch, online launch for my new book, Because the Sun Would Not Move. I'm not going to bore y'all with how long it took me to write this thing. I'm just glad it's out there and in the wind. I am blessed, graced, burningly happy that I was able to get the caliber of folks that I got to help, back me up tonight. I say this every single time. Y'all have heard me a million times say this. I am the least talented member of Tesoro. So that the fact that I have Linda Crawford, Whisper Poet, Jockey G, and Tab Mind You in the house with me, I'm going to spend a whole lot of time fangirling. I'm just letting y'all know right now. But because it's theoretically my show, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. And what I want to start with actually is from the very first chapbook that I ever did. So this is a while ago, but I think it's apt to start with this. Ladies and gentlemen, Monsieur and Madame, welcome to the unveiling of the ultimate in innovation, creation, imagination. I am woman 724365, the only model on the market worth more than a dime. Body by God, brain by MIT, Howard, Le Sorbonne, Mother Wit, and Common Sense with accessible memory reaching back 400 years. I come in black, white, yellow, brown, with variations of peaches and cream, cafe au lait, midnight, rose petal, and burnt gold. Basic equipment includes real waist, real hips, real thighs, and hair that looks as though it actually belongs to me. Clothes for this model are designed by people who actually appreciate women, not trainees for Hoes R Us, Hoochies Incorporated, and apprentices of the Marquis de Sade. The Halle Berry Jennifer Aniston J-Lo line has been discontinued as looking cheap and fake, though the Halle might make a comeback if we can just figure out how to screw her head on right. I have a beautiful face, legs guaranteed to stop traffic, and if you wind me up the right way, there will be a swing in my thing that cannot be duplicated. I am programmed to kick butt, take names, do as a damn well please, rejoice in myself, TCB, and love you into knee shakes and heavy breathing without breaking a sweat or down. I am high powered, low maintenance, durable, come equipped with my own tears. Please do not attempt to fill me up with yours. But press the wrong button, and I am most definitely flammable. Manufacturer's warning. Woman 724365 is not toy. So no matter how pretty you talk, how many switches you trip, no matter what games you run, I am not playing with you. Showing me off for friends, dressing me up, putting me into a dream house with a new Corvette and a pink pool, buying me a business will not entitle you to say that I'm yours. Putting me into your bed every night does not mean that I belong to you. I cannot be bought, sold, traded, bartered, or put on the shelf for the newest model. Woman 724365 can only be given to the lucky few that need her, will love her, no matter how many new and improved baby dolls roll off the line. I am not a collector's item. I expect to be useful, not used. I expect to serve, not be subservient. I can sing, dance, race cars, design clothes and buildings, do better in every way, shape, or form anything ever attempted by Ken, G.I. Joe, or Raggedy Andy, and pimp slap the idea of Barbie back to the 1900s where she belongs. call dozens, praise God, survive in any climate, generate enough hope, light, and belief to illuminate generations to come, or break my heart, and all function cease just long enough to guarantee that I will never be the same again. Ladies and gentlemen, Monsieur and Madame, I am woman 724365. You better recognize. I am the best and last end of the line. Recognize and apply. You better recognize and hope I choose to come to you. You better recognize that I am the only real thing. I am woman 724365. And y'all better recognize. Now,
Let's go. Stacy, way to kick it off. Yes.
now, a lot of times, spots like this, people say, mic's off. This is not how we roll. If you got something to say, your mic's open. Hit them up. Make some noise. Okay. All of that. Because, everything I do, I was raised in church. What can I say? So everything I do, I need noise, in the background. So if you want to holler, if you want to clap, if you want to do whatever, knock yourselves out. Um, before I even get started, y'all do me a favor. Send some wishes, some prayers, some bright energy. Two of our folks called out sick at the last minute, and they're both devastated and desolate. Marianne uh, Taft, who was going to read with us tonight, is down with laryngitis. And so she needs to get better. And then and I mean just, got a note from Noelia Serna. She and her baby are both in the emergency room right now. So, like I said, please send some prayers, some light, some bright energy. So to get us started,
Stacy,
because
I
never
just
mind
gotta
my
tell you,
slim contributions, we're gonna get this started for real.
I got one thing I gotta tell you. You said make noise. I'm gonna make some noise. The only thing I was wanting to say in that poem was like, and she's got a lifetime warranty. And I thought if I say that, she's either gonna want to hug me or slap me. I'm not sure which one.
Um, Lifetime warranty, depends on who's using me, babe.
Hey, listen, we not doing this tonight. We here for you, Stacy, because you are amazing. You ain't putting yourself down no more. You better let people know, rain fire from the sky. People need to buy this book that you just put out. So stop with the bullshit. Let's go. We here for
Was not
Stacy.
putting herself down. She
Hey,
was
it
not
is.
Jackie. She was
Shut your
letting
mouth,
you
Tab.
know. She was letting you know, look, this is not for everybody, all right? You gotta be somebody special for this shit right here.
Thank you. See,
Exactly.
Tab understands me. Okay.
I love it.
Anyway, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time introducing the fire singers who are going to hit the mic. Um, they can talk about themselves if they want to. I'm just going to let y'all know, starting with this first lady. These are all women who are well versed, pun unintended and intended, well versed in bringing fire down from the sky and making the earth just weep in complete and absolute recognition of who they are and what it is that they're going to do in the world. So, all that being said, first up, Whisper Poet, do it, girl.
Thank you, Stacy. I am honored to kick off this little shindig. Let's go. She is the rich scent of honeysuckle on a humid southern night, a warrior wounded in the battle of childbirth. Her Miocene depths as vast as the oceans that feed the earth. She is the center of my being. Her tides ebb and flow with the cycles of the moon, and yet she is capricious as a Dixie belle. She yearns and aches and quivers with delight for the sacred touch of her lover. She is a night blooming angel's trumpet flower, the seductive scent of her female essence perfuming the air. She is lover. She is mother. She is both virgin and whore. She is timeless. She is ageless. She is the fire of creation. Hear her roar. I hear whispers in my dreams, beyond the hush of the verdant green and the shadows of the woods. Wisdom was buried there for us to find, beneath the roots of elm and ash and rowan. The crone has awakened, and the seekers roam free to find the knowing that is known from deep within our bones, handed down through time, through all womankind. Listen. Hear the ancient voices on the breeze, mitochondrial deities, the ancestral seven from whom we are all conceived. We are daughters of Eve. She devoured knowledge, made a core from the apple, hid it in her heart, and passed it down. She was vilified. A broken rib cast as the evil of temptation. So it was written in the pages of the men who claimed us as chattel, treated us like cattle, smeared scarlet letters into our skin, labeled us as fallen women. The ink of their ignorant pages a beard for their fear of what happens when we rise with the wind and surround, pull lightning from the sky and set fire to the night without a single match strike. So burn us not, for we have conjured the brimstone of your beginnings. You've forgotten how you started out. We sent you to the end of the alphabet and then gave you your letter Y. We are the warriors of the double X. We nourish, heal, and defend a bottomless well of energy of the divine feminine. We are unknowable, and you need only touch the hand of a woman to perceive. Grasp the bones from beneath the water. Extract the marrow from the mud of time. Reach through the veil to receive the gifts we are meant to receive. That our birthright is the power of creation. Stardust feared like the detonation cradled between our holy thighs. We are not possessions. We cannot be owned, and their sticks and stones were never greater than the crone. Their papyrus cannot bind us. We are washed clean by the grace of the divine. We float gently in the salt of our tears, a salinity of divinity. We know that we can fall and still fly, that we can fail and still stand in the light. Our scars are earned. And the power of woman is the sweet scent of God's fiery breath that dwells beneath the mountains and thunders its triumph each time we give birth. I've been taking goddess lessons. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. I've always been feral. It just took a cataclysm or two of pain to finally let it out of me. I took a few detours along the way, had to explore the ditch in order to manifest my glorious inner bitch. And now that Pandora's flown the coop, there's really nothing left to do except regroup, reboot, and renew. So I've been learning my boundaries and channeling Patho, Medusa, and Hecate. I sat at my altar and bowed my head at the feet of the mother. And instead of punishment, she gave me wisdom and led me to understand who I am and what I am called to do. I went to her in white and glowing blue and a rose garbed in scarlet and bearing her mark. I am now and have always been a strange brew. Thank goddesses, I have learned to walk in the power of that recipe. What was once hidden has now arisen. It's the new moon in Pisces. You'd best shield your eyes. My glow up might just break you. I told the universe I have a shopping list and that she best have material whisperers ready at her fingertips when she check her inventory to fulfill my requisition. Now, I have a good job, so I don't need a man to open up his wallet on my command. What I do require is quality. And I'm not trying to have her pick him out from Dollar Tree. No, cheaply made from sweatshop labor that break when I open up his package or play with him, have to send him back for warranty damage. No. I require durability and a reasonable amount of flexibility in his personality and his joints. I have a shopping list, and I'm a picky bitch, so you know it will be hard for her to find someone who fits that bill who will put up with my shit. There are a few things to be honest and serious, and I'm not being delirious when I tell you this is what I want. So here I go. I'll spit it out in no particular order. Please pay me your attention, drop your tips at the door, sit back and let me show you how I roll. Do you fall asleep with my name on your lips? Release it in a sigh as you slip your fingers over my form. Come awake in the night as you grip my hips. Remind your mouth of my syllables when I've got you doing flips. Yeah, chemistry's very high on my list. Do you smile and your eyes go soft when you see a litter of puppies or the first snowfall because snow makes you think of me for no other reason than you love me? Do you hold the door for old ladies and give compliments to them? Make 'em blush and give a giggle, a little flirt so they remember how it feels to be admired, just so they know they still have that fire. Do you send a text when I cross your mind to tell me I crossed it and to remind me that I am thine? I need you to be Cuisinarily adventurous because I cook everything from the dictionary and the thesaurus, and my pet peeve is picky eaters. So when the question of a restaurant arises and you ask me what do I want, don't make me filter my options because you don't like curry gorgonzola or kumquats. When it's time to get soapy, you need to plan that it's dual, not as the exception, but as the rule, because I love having my man wash my back and anything else that needs washing. I need his hands on me, and that's a fact. When we're out, I need him seeing what's all around because I'm always lost in thought. I got my head in the clouds. And even though I roll strapped, it can drill a round through your eyeball. I need a man who thinks like a predator so the other predators see what's up and don't try to test it because I don't want to have to crown my castle doctrine and make them fall. I want a protector who respects my Electra but is always ready to protect me. He better respect my mother and my quirky friends of all labels, creeds, and colors. Love my horses, love my dad, love my collection of old shopping bags. Well, really, he needs to embrace my mess. I can't ask him to love it. That would be duress. But hey, as long as he's okay with my ADHD all over the place, knitting, poetry, arts and crafts, insanity, start 10 things and finish 3, if he can love me because I'm crazy, then unequivocally we claim each other. Roll hard through the dark and through light. We make each other better. Feed our creative spirits. He loves it when I poet. Always want to hear it when I spit. The bottom line, what it comes down to, and the point I've been building up and finally got around to, is that I want a man that my name is his breath and my heart is his blood, and we love each other hard and strong as a biblical flood. I am his and he is mine. We got each other's backs. We are our ride or die on the porch and everywhere under the sun. We are divine. In this life and across time, we are fated and destined. Thank you, universe. Please hand me a pen so I can sign for my man because the person in the Amazon van is in a hurry. And to everyone who heard my pen, who was wishing for their own special bae or boyfriend, please remember this. You can't manifest it if you don't request it, so talk to the universe and get yours. And this is my last piece. I am crystallized honey and rose quartz, dancing from tip to tip on my cardinal points. The path in my garden of truth is soft. I walk on angel wings and cherub's breath dancing under starlight. I am cinnamon and cocoa with coffee steaming at midnight. I am a single droplet. I am the ocean where you will drown. Eve's daughter puddle jumping through wormholes, floating away for too damn long. Now I'm bending light my way. I just ground chili peppers into cosmic dust, snorted that shit Pacino style. I am vibing to my own highest, and it is nirvana or bust. You may skip to my loo, my darling. I'm a live wire, the third rail, a shooting star. I'm your holy grail at night in desert air mixed with marshmallow fluff. 2 licks are a kick to your head. Eat it or wear it. Just don't ask how much sugar is in it, because the Surgeon General declared me a level 1 risk to your health. I keep on ticking, and you best mind the boom, because I might be a Cat 5 teapot, a tsunami rainbow wave of inspiration in my mama's antique brass jam pot. Taste the breeze of that passing, but don't burn your mouth. That pepper is hot. And so is my hand of power. When I touch your third eye, you will know. Use it well. Be all that you are and nothing you're not. I'm 3/4 to the third power still here, and if 25 was the goal, I might cry for a second or two into your beer, but I have too much to do to cry over spilled rainbows, and so I just wanted you to know how good I am. Hit the rim and took a charge, grabbed my own rebound, and flew to the edge of the stars to receive what the divine wanted me to know, that blessings abound and we are all connected. Yes, I see that road fork coming. I've been birthing self-portraits painted in finger paints made of blood and oils, and I'm ready to lead and be led by my heart and my mind. They're arm wrestling for the ultimate prize of my destiny. No idea who's winning. I turned down the volume, but if you're a betting man, I'd say lay odds on my heart. Someone tried to cut it out, and I said, fuck that. You don't get to have that part of me anymore. Feels so good to belong to me, myself, and I in the hot tub of the universe, snorkeling in stardust. Take my hand and feel the sparks that ignite my blood. The universe has claimed me for its own. So buckle up, Buttercup, if you want to watch me fly. I got 4 on the floor and nitrous on my broom, and it's gonna be a hell of a ride. Thank you.
Open up your mics, rain on this chick. My goodness. That was an intro.
Way to give us some energy there, Whisper.
Thank you, Shaki. Love you.
Little sexy mama, you rock that boat.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you all. I am honored to be here. I am honored to be the kickoff poet for Stacy's celebration. Stacy, you are just so important to all of us. We love you, we cherish you, and know that you unequivocally always have our backs. No matter how silly you think we are, you've always got our backs. And we can count on that loyalty and that love, and it means a lot. It means everything. So thank you so much. I wish you all the best of success for this new book. It is amazing, as are you. Thank you for being you. And I
Well,
promise
golly, should
never to ever send you a bag of blueberries in the mail.
I very much appreciate that. Very much appreciate everything you said. If I had known Whisper was going to set us off like that, I'd have gotten something cool to drink before I got on screen here. But it's okay. We're going to press on. This next poet, I met her way too late in my life, for one thing. You know how they always tell you, no, don't sleep on such and such. I don't know where I was, that I missed you. Linda, I just know that I have spent the time since I've known you wishing that I could be you when I grew up. Linda Crawford, hit the mic, honey.
Thank you for that. I don't know if you will recall before. I'm going to read 3 poems. I usually don't write long ones, so I'll be in and out. But I do have to tell the others in the room. There is something about the timbre of your voice that I've always said, why do I think we're related in some way? I am never going to try to find out, but I'm sure you recall that I'm saying there's just something, I don't know what it is. And I get this sense of, I think I just count you as being Caribbean, just so you know. So, just saying. Okay, I'm going to share 3 poems with you. Whisper, thank you for bringing us into the the room of women in a sense with your pieces and the power of women. I'm going to make a slight detour with the poems I'm going to read, and then maybe after me, folks can carry on with the theme. Sweat oil. Canned sardines in olive oil. Having emptied the fish, poured liquid, oiled satisfaction into my throat. It kicks in, not in my hippocampus, a place where thought hold all memories. Not in my temporal lobe, processing, encoding. It kicks in, controls where I live and sweat, my heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, swallowing. It kicks in. An ancestor of mine was packed tight, salty in sweat oil, and for a moment could not breathe. A blood moon failed in its duty. Its rufous bigness too near for thought, too distracting for escape to the north. Such closeness caused some men to pause, lose their women by their stilled movement. Such red dominance over Earth's waters made women plan with brilliance for dark paths. A blood moon failed in its duty, caused me to return to the earth I left behind, caused me to shed strong, uproot balance between light and dark, determined to chastise. But not you, star. I will not eclipse you. I thank you, North Star. I forgive you, sun, though you did not heighten your tug, and so the earth could not bulge enough to toss. But you, Luna, you, moon, where was your burnt sienna bigness? Where was your power when I wanted your title to heave, to break up ocean ships before they started to take? End of poem. And the final one I will bring to you, planted in strange. This is a story I will tell you. Come back tomorrow and I will tell it again. In the time before now, we pleaded to the oceans, gnash your wave throats against our salty calves where we stand, planted in strange. We can't hear you, my ancestors, your drums muffled in seawater. We dreamed, captured you in oil drums, muted the steel of our pan to soothe our children into lullaby, hold their breaths. This is the story I should tell you. We were human once, ancestral names known, fused with land and life. Then we were money. Currency traded for long guns, chattel, beam of real estate, asset in new lands, insurance to keep the cotton clothing. Collateral to kings, sugar's birth mother. This is the story my severed hand in the mill clawed to write, curled to hug the voodoo inside the obia, inside the orisha, inside me. And until I laugh the dance, the story has not been told. Come back tomorrow and I will tell you. It's the end of my set, and I put that together because I don't want the topic of reparations to be lost. We speak to that in the Caribbean every day. Our poets focus on it, our prime minister, our leaders, we focus on it. And while it may not be spoken of as often in America, it ought to be. These poems are part of that conversation. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Y'all open up your mics, throw some roses.
Burn it down.
Yeah.
You got a couch? I can come stay in the Caribbean for a little bit.
Linda, I want to come over to your house and just sit down on your floor and just listen to you talk for hours. I just want to come listen. Beautiful, amazing, amazing, amazing work. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. And thanks, Stacy, for pulling me into the group. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to get in line.
And she's got the African gap in the front of her teeth. Thank you very much. The beauty
Well, we
side.
can thank my parents for that, but
Yeah.
That was incredible.
The metaphor of that first poem was incomparable. I mean, that was absolutely incredible.
I'm wordless, as I usually am after hearing Linda, but not so wordless that I'm not going to keep the show moving. I'm going to do a little couple of filler poems here, and again, one is really really old, and one is the title of my first official book, what my nephews called a real book, Lovely in Suffering. But let me do the older one first. My baby's walk is a sugar glide. Prowl like a panther, smooth and easy ride. Sugar glide and honey stroll. Little girls giggle. Big girls pout, the grands bite their lip and shake their sore bones out when my baby walks. Oh, me, oh, me. My baby walks. Oh, me. My baby's clothes fit like the sun fits the soft brown mountains when day is done. Pants and suit coats cut just so. And the brothers glare while their girls do stare. The grands moan loud and fluff their hair when my baby walks. Oh, me, oh, me. When my baby walks, oh, me. My baby talks like a gospel shout. It's sweet talk to jazz riff, then turned it out. Baby talks like a sinner's prayer that took an angel unawares. Little girls make eyes. Big girls hang heads. And the grands say, butter me some of that bread when my baby walks. Oh, me, oh, me. When my baby walks, oh, me. My baby's smart and sweet and fine on my heart and in my mind. His smile, Lord, makes the sun to shine. My knees do quake. My body aches. He ain't just my sugar. He's the whole damn cake. Love is touch and talk and smile. He's grit and grace and silk and style. And my baby walks straight to me. To me, my baby walks straight to me. Amen. And the title poem from, as I say, my first book, Lovely in Suffering. I want to stop dreaming their names. I want to stop breathing their last words. I want to stop washing my hands for 20 seconds of what's going on and precious Lord, take my hand. I want to stop sitting on conference calls numb or crying because another fake 911 lynching murder was top news when I turned on my phone. I tell a lot of lies about allergies these days. I want to be able to call Brianna's name without aching and being sick, crying for 2 hours. I need people to stop reminding me that Jesus was a rebel. Jesus was a warrior. Keep my Savior's name out of your mouth if you cannot use it properly. I am exhausted in the search for just a bit more calm, just a little more reason. I am not out of patience. I am finished being patient. I am tired of warning you to learn the difference. There is nothing more volatile than a Black woman who has made friends with both her beauty and her pain. And we are lovely and suffering right now. We are lovely and suffering right now. We are lovely and suffering right now.
Oh, that poem right there, Miss Stacy. That poem right there. Wow.
Wow. That's
That one, that one is still singing. And there are poems that I do that I wish didn't or didn't have to. But especially in light of what I've been reading in the news, when I can stomach it, I'm going to have to bring it out of semi-retirement and start doing it all the time.
one of the
That
things I love,
being said,
one of the
go
things
ahead,
I love
Whisper.
about that, one of the things I love about that poem is not only is it such a brilliant picture, but the way that you used poetic convention, like repeating the line 3 times, it was the perfect place for it and the perfect number of times to say it and emphasize it. So you not only wrote a brilliant piece, but you were really smart in the way that you did it. So incredibly amazing skill, both as a poet and frickin' raw talent. So there's that part, you know.
I would love to claim skill. I really would. Quite honestly, the Lord smacked me in the back of the head with that piece and said, "You better write it this way. And you better do it so that you honor your family's name and everyone else's." So while I appreciate the compliment, I had jack to do with it.
Yeah, there's an expression that I use that I say, when that poem comes, just get out of its way and let it happen.
Right?
Exactly
Right?
what you're talking about. It just comes, and those ones are the most precious. Yeah. And religious or
Absolutely.
not, I've got to say, and you said, keep my Savior's name out of your mouth if you can't use it properly. I think that's what you said. And it was yes.
Can you run back that line about made friends with my beauty or made friends with our beauty? Can you run that line again, please?
Sure. I would love to say I've got it memorized. Of course, I can just run it back to you automatically, but that would be a lie. Um, there is nothing more volatile than a Black woman who has made friends with both her beauty and her pain. That's the line.
That was so impactful. That and the line about Jesus Christ was so impactful.
Like I said, in light of what I've been reading in the news every 5.5 seconds, I said I'm going to have to bring the poem out and make it go play again because the world as we know is not correct. That being said, there are a million things that I could say about this next poet. Only about 95% 5% of them are, let me switch those percentages. 5% of them are nice. 10% of them are clean. Everything else, I'm just messing with the chick because that's all she ever does with me. But the fact remains that not just with me, but with every single person that I speak to, this woman needs to be on every single stage in the world. If every other poet were eliminated, this would be the one that we needed left, y'all. She is just that extraordinary. Please open your mics, open your ears, open your hearts for Shocky G.
Let's go, Shocky G.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring Tab up.
No, girl, I be your biggest fan. I be Shocky all the way over here.
Yeah, I had to take that baby ass shirt off. Y'all seen? I couldn't even. I was like, dang, what was I doing? Nobody said nothing either. Y'all was supposed to roast me. All right. My name is Shocky G. I'm part poet, part self doubt, but it looks a lot like imposter syndrome when you hold it up to the light. The truth is, I've never quite felt I belong anywhere. My sister is 14 years older, so I didn't need my mother to tell me I was a mistake. I mean, the way I held on to her womb until they had to cut me out is proof I've been nervous entering rooms my whole life. Poetry has a way of tugging at heartstrings and dragging you out of dark places. So I like to believe I am a poem my mother wrote, all metaphor and line breaks or broken lines. No, I'm not broken, just not all the way put together. And if it's not broke, you can't fix it, but you can rewrite a poem, rearrange its stanzas long after the author is gone. I used to get blackout drunk with lines redacted, so the message was blurry. But now I've been scribbling messages in the margins that sound like affirmations. My favorite theory about poems is that they never really end. And as many times as I've tried to turn myself haiku, I got syllables shaped like friends that don't stop inserting themselves. What I mean is, some people are better at keeping me alive than me. Every time you say my name, you recite a poem my mother never got the chance to finish. And every I love you is an entrance into a poetry slam that makes me a 10 at best. And every night I still soak into a soliloquy, praying God doesn't drop the poem the next time he reads it. Publish me across the skyline of memories. And no, I wasn't born, I was written.
Yes, Shocky. Yeah.
Thank you, Tab.
Damn.
Sometimes I just want to open up these wounds and bleed on stage. But everyone wants these emotions behind bars, shackled to rhyme, wordplay, metaphor. Welcome to the industrial poetry complex, where the audience plays warden. The judges sentence you to a 1 to 10, no parole, police my poetry, handcuffed with hyperbole. You ain't the model citizen you pretend to be on stage. You just talk shit, talk slick, toxic, lying, and poems should be a felony. I've seen enough poets cry on stage like it's a parole hearing and wanted to throw the book at them. After a while, if you spit enough bars, the predators you put on stage with you kind of seem like they belong there. This is not the Catholic Church. We don't make nightmares out of altar boys or altars out of boyish nightmares. You can't turn this pulpit prison or be baptized in the waters of a bookstore. This is the industrial poetry complex, where the pen to poet pipeline gets monetized by big box publishers wanting to sell your pain for dollars on the penny. And you still think you're free, huh? Because they sold you capitalism and called it a dream. They've never solved a murder where I'm from. It's like everybody knows, but nobody cares. When a cop kills a black man, My neighborhood rushes into the streets, candlelight vigils and airbrush teas, fists raised, no justice, no peace. My cousin is killed, and his blood runs cold on pavement, and the neighborhood closes its doors. They will gossip about who did it, but they won't snitch. And the cycle will repeat because revenge is the only form of justice we know. It's the way we repurpose everything. So it's why we still wear chains around our neck and wrists and call ourselves free, pretend our pain is expensive. We gatekeep our trauma like it makes sense. Like a rose by any other name ain't just as black. When I die, I don't want to leave a mark, not a chalk outline. I want the hood to say my name and name a street after me in the same hood and let it be its own piece of heaven. No liquor stores, no pawn shops, just a library of banned books and forgotten titles. But please, don't let my blood soak into the ground. Replace it with all this ink and call it poetic justice. There's no rhyme or reason to these poems, y'all. I'm just reading random poems. All right, this one's called Autopsy of My Father's Hands. My father died before I had the chance to hate him, before the words death, funeral, and grief found its way into my psyche. I imagine the autopsy sometimes, and I wonder when they peeled open his chest, if they found my name tattooed in the lining, if his brain floats in a fluid of my memories. I remember my daddy's eyes most, emerald green, and his hands, the last time he held me. My mother would say his hands were the worst thing about him. She knew them better than I could. My mother could open his hands and find murder weapons, show me the muscles it took to break apart the foundation of a happy home. I wonder if his hands were steady, the way he made surgical dissection of my childhood. My father's hands were the first thing to let go when I was grasping for family or branches. I'd always hope if I cut my father open, you'd find me running laps around the rings of his trunk like I was part of his story. Once, I tried cutting my hands, filleting myself at the wrists, and didn't find a family heirloom. Just a dying bloodline I can't spread past the bathtub, but my mother always claimed she could see him in me. A reminder of unkind hands. I was born at the intersection of my mother's C-section and my father's autopsy, which means I've always been cutthroat. Don't think about it too hard. They will call it suicidal ideation. I'm not just the blade that cut them apart. I'm a scalpel that chewed apart its own umbilical cord. I don't worry about the autopsy anymore. I know I was there to trace the butcher's masterpiece. But what good is opening wounds in a body that doesn't bleed? All right. And since I did one about my father, I'll do one about my mother. It was eighth grade geometry. It taught me if you want to fill a space like a rectangular box, you multiply its length times its width times its height, which means I could tell you the total dimensions it took to fill my mother's grave, but I still can't calculate how to fill the hole she left behind. See, I've been trying to show my work. Length. Long before my mother's life was cut short, BCW began subtracting our time together. It felt like the clock always had its hands around our necks, supervised visits and superiority complex. Clock hands, losing their grip on reality, foster care and garbage bag suitcases, clock hands, with slit wrists bleeding out apologies that never came, and now, 13 years, feels like somebody owe me something. Times height. Times that rock had hurt down bad, but not rock bottom, not 6 feet deep. You see, the thing about loving an addict is being surprised every time they wake up and still being hurt when they finally don't. Their highs somehow become your lows. When I was a kid, I would say, Mom, I love you this much. But now my wingspan can't reach across the distance it takes to bring her back. 6 feet seems more like 6 stories, and I've been scraping the sky looking for a window to the afterlife. Times with, but I can only tell you without. When my mother died, I couldn't pay for her funeral. Do you know how much of a letdown it is when you can't afford to let down the body, lay it to rest? How much heavier grief is with empty pockets. Can't pay for a casket with a reality check. Ain't no refunds on time lost. How do you put a price on goodbye or move on when you can't afford your own grief? There's a divide where loss seems to be the common denominator, and every day I square up with my roots, both broke and broken. On a math test, I could tell you the total volume of my mother's grave, but I can't fit this grief into a box without it spilling over into my good morning. I've never been good at mourning, but I'm even worse at math. So if you ask me how to fill a space someone left behind, I mean, you could multiply and multiply and multiply, but you always end up subtracting their memory. And that math ain't mathing. I forgot to start my timer, so if you ever just want me to shut up, just let me know.
Darling, you have all the time in the world. Do your thing.
See, me and my boys, we love to hang. I let them pick the place, the stoop, a basement, basketball court. Even on a bad day, you can find us hanging out in parked cars or park benches. Some of them might even roll a backwood, but never in the backwoods. See, I'm here to tell you, Black men don't hang themselves. They don't wear cotton gin parts around their neck to go swimming. Don't break their limbs to become limbs. Nah. I mean, my boys have talked about it. All the ways they die if they can no longer take it. Might take a bullet, take some pills, but never take rope into the woods because Black men don't hang themselves. In fact, we don't even hang no more. We call it a kickback. I've lost more friends to overdose than over ropes. White supremacy will have you jump to the conclusion that Black men jump to their death off branches, that we warm our homes with burning crosses and edit body cam footage in real time. But I know history. I mean, his story, and the truth is, Black men don't hang themselves. You can't hand me a casket and call it a music box when that shit don't even sound right. My brothers need justice, not justification. When every accusation is a confession, Black men don't hang themselves. Some white men tell lies. And either way, today, a Black man died. All right, let's get a little softer. We call it the Black experience, but we're not a monolith. So these poems don't sound the same, ain't got no joy and no Negro spirituals playing in the background, but still sounds like a prayer, like the hallelujah and the amen, a cry for freedom. It got a little Nat Turner in its chest and a little Uncle Tom in its metaphor, but still Black, still proud, still scared. I might become an open casket before the next open mic. What they don't tell you is if you make it past 25, every day starts to feel like borrowed time. Each poem, another draft of your obituary. But on Sundays, it'd be testimony in a Black church. Callbacks like, God is good all the time, and all the time, God is good. In the evening, it is football, pre-rolls, and spade partners that slam cards and talk stuff because you gonna learn today. This poem grew up in a freedman's town, but will probably die in a sundown. Shit, this poem was freed by Harriet, but caught by the slave catcher and brought back. But on a Friday night, a payday night, this poem is Chitlin Circuit, Motown, and Harlem Renaissance. It is the way your body feels when you hear Whitney and Mariah harmonizing, ooh, 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 and Luther on the ad libs. Spiritual, goosebumps, and Holy Spirit. It is the electric slide, Cupid shuffle, and Dougie all in one, and no one misses a beat. On any day, it is Black excellence, Black exceptionalism, Black existence, all with a capital B for broken bloodlines, building new boundaries, new branches on family trees that will not die out. This poem is too Black for its own good, and somehow still not Black enough. But we be Black enough, both survival and resilience, even when we don't want to be. But don't you call it that. Just love it back soft again, like a Black woman. Hold it tight. Because these poems, the poems you hear tonight, they don't always sound the same. But they're going to make you feel something, just the same.
Come
All
on,
right,
Shocky.
I got two
Oh
more
my
pieces,
goodness.
and I'll get out your way.
I'm getting everybody t-shirts that say, I will not follow Shocky G on stage.
That's crazy. All right. Casket sharp. It's how us Black folk describe the ornate dress of homegoing. We display the deceased in their Sunday's best. But when a popular trans woman dies, her father says, nah, I will not send my son to God like that. Dressed in pink at the pearly gates, he says he wants to see his little boy one last time. Is it still a dead name? If it Lazarus itself on the tongues of those still living? I know the funeral is for the family, but God, hear my plea. When I die, please don't let my family turn my casket conversion therapy. Strip me of my identity to bury me in their expectations. They've been ready to throw dirt on my grave the same way they do my name. So when my family says they want to send me to glory and glitter, I say, I prefer y'all send me naked. Let God see the bruises left from the branches of your bigotry, where you let me pick my own switch, but not my own gender. My uncles, they call me selfish. They say they get to see the little girl they remember one last time. I say, I threw that funeral long ago. You should have been there. It was beautiful. And every day since has been a gender reveal party, and you are not a guest of honor. My death is not invitation to invoke your will upon my body. I spent too much time in closets not to fashion myself stylish. Sometimes I think you'd wish I learned to hang instead. My mother said a girl should always have a little Black dress. So I bought a three-piece suit, pinstripe, so you could read between the binary lines of my fuck you femme fatale. This be my will and testament. My mother used to joke. She say I was the son she never had. Imagine y'all put me in a dress to see my mama, and she think me unfamiliar. Lost all my autonomy in the autopsy and replaced it with your audacity. Imagine fighting to bury a memory harder than you fought to keep me alive. Your goodbye sounds more like good riddance, like ripping me to shreds so I can rest in pieces. When I die, I want you to miss me. But the bullshit. All right. And last piece, short one. It's important to now. When the war comes to my doorstep, I will not sing the blues. Don't hand me a folded flag and ask me to make it my muse. When all the hatred we've sown boomerangs and hits us back, I won't woe is me or cry at all, lamenting over the attack. Music won't come from these lips when bombs make the ground rock and roll or these hips hop. Not a single song will come forth from my soul. I'm not saying death will silence me or make me something new. I'm just saying they won't make me sing, won't shuck and drive. America, a single song for you. Thank y'all. That's my time. I appreciate Stacy having me. Go and get a copy of that book. I know it's going to be amazing. And yeah.
Y'all open up your mics and holler. Good Lord.
That shit. First of all, I want to say not that you're an amazing poet, but you're an amazing writer. Like you're an amazing, amazing writer. Your pen is so lethal. I'm gonna get that T-shirt, Miss Stacy. I'm gonna take mine in a large. I will not follow Shaki G. I'm on protest right now.
I was about to say that's crazy because you're next. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, my baby girl is just too good for her britches. My goodness
Right?
gracious.
Right?
She just be
Good
rocking the
grief.
house every time she open her mouth. I'm talking about you, Shaka. You know you my baby.
I'm gonna have to find a grant that's big enough to get all of us on the road at the same
Oh boy.
time. I'm not sure how to make that happen, but I'm praying on it. We're gonna make it happen.
That
Shaki,
the
Shaki, you're a whole
combination of
buffet.
Wow.
words, the combination of words, Shaki G. It's like where is it coming from? You know what I mean? It's like that just magical combination of words.
I
It's
appreciate that. Thank you.
stunning and
You're a whole
brilliant.
buffet. Like you took me from the salad to the main course to the vegetables to the dessert and the bread. I mean, like I ate. And you.
Yeah.
Of course, I was crying on the first one. Chucky always calls me a crybaby because she always makes me cry. I always got to cry. And the thing that blows my mind about you is you have no freaking idea how brilliant you are. You
Yes.
refuse to acknowledge it. You refuse to accept it.
Preach.
Yeah.
If I my sincere wish for you is that you embrace your absolute fucking brilliance, woman, because you are
Mm.
incredible. You
Yeah, she is.
I hope that
Sorry.
I live long enough to see children taught Shaki G's poetry in school because
Ooh, that'd be
that
great.
damn
Hey,
good.
Mm.
hey, don't say
That's
that.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Don't say that.
Yes.
Only because I start teaching next week. So I got
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
got
right.
I got a
Congratulations.
residency.
Oh, friend,
Yeah,
congratulations. I forgot to let you know. Yep.
yeah. I
Shaki
just
is
got a
about to enter
residency.
classrooms. The world
Oh,
of
that's
academia will not be the same.
oh,
I might end up in jail. Who knows?
congratulations, Shaki. That
Thanks.
opening line when you say, I wasn't old enough to hate my father, I was like, wow. You just brought up some daddy issues in my life. I was like, yes, Shaki, yes. Congratulations. I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks. Thanks.
thank you for being you.
Okay.
Look,
Um, I'm gonna have to follow that with a couple of quick pieces here before we bring on the next poet.
let's
Y'all
go.
pray for me. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Um, so again, one really, really old piece, and then one that I wrote in homage to a place I miss so badly. I'm still getting homesick for California, y'all. So but the first piece I wrote when I was, if you can cast your mind back that far, I wrote this one before I was 40. When I say I need a chocolate fix, I ain't talking about that boy. Said I'm crazy for a chocolate fix. I ain't talking about some boy. I'm talking Hershey's Kisses or a full-sized almond joy. Now, I'm a tender woman. Love my baby through and through. I'm a tender-hearted woman. Love that man all through and through, but if that man starts acting up, then a Nestle's Crunch will do. You see, ladies, a Dove bar won't kiss you quick, then steal your car. No Milky Way or Snickers ever left for loose women and liquor. And let's face it, be basic. Premium Ghirardelli will never put a baby in your belly. Girlfriend, you know I ain't lying. Those three musketeers won't leave you crying. And buying Tootsie Rolls by the pound may leave you broke, but they don't run around. Now, I know my man's attractive. You may make your eyes and flirt. Said, I know my man's attractive. You may make your eyes and flirt, but reach out for my O. Henry bar and somebody will get hurt. When I say I need a chocolate fix, I ain't talking about that boy. Said I'm crazy for a chocolate fix. I ain't talking about that. Boy, I'm talking Hershey's Kisses or a full-sized almond joy.
Yay.
Okay, and then, like I said, I have been, as they say, California dreaming really badly for the last couple of months, and the last week or so has made it really, really pronounced. I'm not going to be able to move back to California, but California is never going to move away from me. So, this is one that I wrote actually a little bit after I went to California 14 years ago, called Love Me San Diego Style. Dear Lord, it was always so cold, frozen in my choices, heart so icebound that I could have given tours in hell and stayed sapphire cool. After all your tears freeze oh so painfully to your cheeks, you learn to stop crying. But losing him was so damn cold. I came here at the behest of my sanity and the sun, and you know we'd never met. Just dreamed each other. At least I dreamed you, warm as ocean sand between my fingers. He'd say, I want. You ask me what I need. I need you to love me San Diego style. The story of our courtship moves from the lick of your lips and the raise of your eyebrows at my legs in San Isidro. The Green Line transfer in Old Town brought a comment about my voice and my smile. The stop at Rio Vista was a seduction in conversation about books and music and the best place for me to poet. By San Diego State, I was through. Love me San Diego style. I want attention, clear and playful. Clear and playful. I want attention clear and playful as the sun swinging off the wavelets at Seaport Village. Passion as dedicated as the twist of gold braid on a naval captain's dress whites. Appreciation as the woman who came out here to get back her soul and was gifted with you. Whisper in my ear as lightly and a bit more sincerely than a La Jolla socialite smile. Love me San Diego style. Court me with bouquet of wildflowers from the concrete walls holding in the highway at 805. Play me tag between the deep, hot shadows and Moorish arches in Balboa Park. Tip the Spaniard playing acoustic guitar near the tiled fountains to caress the gypsy kings and a star in my hair. Hit the brothers swinging jazz at the end of the promenade with some coin for dropping a Beale Street riff 'cause the way I walk my hips on by. Graffiti, I love you. Across the curve of my lower back in Dayglow bronze and green mossy coppers. Make sure you tag it, baby, so the wannabe bangers stay away. Love me San Diego style. Love me the way the artists, writers, students at Lestat love their coffee, arguments, and laptops. With passion, with heat, and for hours at a time. And for you, baby, for you, I can be as mysterious and deliciously exciting as the taste of the neighborhoods I haven't explored yet. As delicately sedate as the houses in Kensington and Bankers Hill. As hella raw and for real as North Park. As wondering and joyfully curious as my new life here. So when the city lays down its head to recharge and only the 3 a.m. joints are still nodding, tease the crystal snowflakes over my bed till they sing. You should whisper thank you to those snowflakes. They sent me into your arms. Then, since we have a little time to spare, and I am right here, and you are right here, and there is so much heat. Smooth the moonlight deeper into my hair. drop a kiss in the hollow of my hand, and love me San Diego style.
I ain't never been to San Diego, but I want some.
Oh, one of the spots in the world I miss the most.
What
I'm
about
gonna make it back. I'm not sure when, and it might just be for a visit of a couple of weeks. But they said I am doing some Major League Jones, and so I'm gonna have to make it happen.
what a beautiful homage, and your love for California is so evident in that piece, but also a beautiful metaphor as well. I love how you blended the two together.
Mhm.
Thanks, sweetie.
Beautiful piece.
Thank you, darling.
And a fit follow-up for our friend Shaki. You're the only one who could follow her.
We'll talk about that later. Bringing up to the mic next, coming up to the mic next. I can give you the official word on this lady. She is the head of Tesoro, New York. She is more dangerous than just about any other poet I know because that level of honesty, the level of commitment, the dedication that she brings to her words, that cannot be legal in some places. It's just too much. Y'all, welcome up to the mic, the one, the only Tabitha Adams.
Let's go, Tab.
Woo!
Let's go.
Thank you guys. I'm so glad I wasn't following Shocky, but following Miss Stacy is not any better. I'm telling you that right now. Before I begin, I pray that you continue to get abundant amount of support. I pray that you reach number one on the charts, that you continue to be blessed, that you find your way back to Cali because that's where you want to be, you know? And I'm with that tour. All right, guys. It makes sense now. The way you have taken my home while I sleep. The way you tell me you love me while you fuck me. I know of the others. She called today. She did. She called while I was at work. After all these years, and I mean all these years, he learned how to master his face, not shift the lower parts to his body while he shovels through my emotions, keeps a stiff leg. Yeah. While he regulates his breath at a stet-like pace and speaks of random reason. What a talented play. My sanity must be the thin layers between his sheets, and I the fools that lay skin to skin with this man, dancing between my thighs while we create trophies out of the streets. Where is my friend? A trusted man I once met when my skin was plump but not wise, shallow on words drunk with promises. I tell her it's better to be loved than to be forgotten. She tells me it's not. Too many have been buried by love. As my skin begins to loosen, and labor defeats the small space I once called the sun, I search for reasoning within my own sunset. My robe long with windows of questions. How do I begin to stomach who I am and who I have not become? After gutting myself with this pen, I realized I often tie my laces really tight, spend 20 minutes in search of something to wear, then convince myself that making a sandwich on the fire escape would taste just as good, that the clothes I now had scattered across my sheets should be my new project. I really wanted to be part of the world that day. Call a friend and speak of the summer we had before depression wiped the stains off our lips. When a drugstore was not a mattress and pretty was not found in the rear of my hemmings. But instead, I stared at the phone, looked at all the characters that now separate us, and wondered if she's feeling the same. These occasions watch me fade politely into the next, and I'm losing myself in the process. Yesterday's clothes fit comfortably on my wooden floors, and the neglect has made me tired of my own reflection. In light of my own truth, I learned to be kinder to myself, to be honest with my emotions and the limits I place within my own healings. I had to wipe the stains off the glass and question what steps I've taken to drink the water, and promise myself to put on that pretty blue dress and smile. I was once able to look down the street towards the entrance of life. Now the city is covered in colored stones, no view to take in, no sky to breathe. In absence of myself, I once pulled the stitches off my own healings,
Sure, bro, sure.
my skin unraveling home with unforgiven bruises, recalling the traumas of a child. Like the police officer who told me as a child, when you cry through a parted window, scream fire instead of gun. More people are willing to help when they think it's their home that will burn. While the other officer placed the loaded gun to my mother's innocence, blaming her for his trials. It was easy to become angry, lost in the sirens. How long does it take for help to arrive? After the years, you start to count their silence. There wasn't many female officers back in my youth, nor were there many who wore my mother's name. All these distractions planting me where I never wanted to be in the first place. The gate that separated two homes, Spanish on one side and black on the other. Some boys grew distant while some girls became competitive with one another. Who started what style first? When just last summer, we all came from the same courtyard. The excuse of selling part of the building became his reason, one that none of us bought. I wish I could tell you about the late night stoops, the block parties, the quart of waters, and a bag full of peanut juice. But the wounds of home often cover the band-aid.
Damn, you
Titi
good, bro?
says, "Oh, I must got a fan, huh? I must got a fan." Let me stop. Titi says, "That's nothing. That back in the polo ground, she has to pick up her kids from college to ensure that they make it home safe. It's become so normal, the dysfunction of a broken
Sam,
home,
close your mouth.
that we toss war stories back and forth like it's love, gather the campfire and burn our favorite songs, while the viejas collect our ashes, play loud as the record spins. I guess that's why we party so often, to make sense of the noise. I never left this place, but every day I pray." So I've been like trying to question the heavens and make some sense out of, if angels really sit beside clouds, what was mine really proud of? I come damaged, disobedient, I come a little broken. I have fallen upon shallow waters, watch as an addict drown, sit with the door closed as I begin to hear his body sweat. And I think about what kind of woman that has made me. Too young in my depth to be the reason why a
Sam, I
man
swear to God, if you
stands.
lick me one more time, I'm gonna crash
I,
out.
oh, shut up. And think about what kind of woman that has made me. Too young in my depth to be the reason why a man stands. I see needles in many forms, monsters parked on the stations of men, Fill the oceans of his eyes, and color me in this feeling of fade I no longer love and watch me lose myself. I've been every kind of bitch. Taste the back of his hands on days he wasn't home. Addiction will steal the light out of your daughter's smile long before understandings can heal it. I wish I could say that I prayed for him, though. Put my emotions to the side while I gathered myself, but I couldn't. For I'm still lost in this process of healing. I never knew how much a grown woman can still be affected by the lack of a healthy man. This stage, earn a check, wash a load, and spill over some daddy issues back when I was 12, is the season of reflection. I understand I gotta come to terms with the broken parts of me, deal with the things I cannot change, and find serenity in his difference in order to properly hold someone else. But this hasn't stopped me from daydreaming, from becoming a bride in my own mind, and I don't see his face. But in my heart, I still wonder what he's going through and hope he's writing a poem about me right now. I think I got two more before I end it. This one is called Counterpart. Aging does something to you. You see yourself not in a way that you once saw yourself, but you still embrace your flaws and the way your body's changing. I try to ignore the call, slowly inserting my index fingers in the folds of my aged skin. The two looks picked on my first walk home remind me of this trouble and how I unknowingly placed them inside of a decaying album. Understanding why ancestors hung flowers on the porch, leaving the stench of ex-wives to stray along open fields. Some weeds grow in the young, but no one speaks of a shepherd's apron. I recall when my cousin lied about being raped. At the tender age of faded tees and Levi jeans, send that one to the store, the elder would say. Protect the wolf while dismounting the lamb. I try to age with a straight face, but after a few reunions, who knows how the wine continues to drink the carpet? One would say, it's best to leave that part of yourself behind. How every child has a scab and it's foolish to let wounds keep you from writing prayers. I question her thoughts and the parts of me that have not yet been healed and say, I pray that I'm always my first love. This next one is titled, let's see if you get it. This is my last piece. It's a pretty long one, but bear with me. My writings may arrive long after needed, but the request of my response has brought upon me distress. I come to terms that my ways are heavy to these habits of old, and all that I become is the woman I least want to speak of. But the quiet parts of me are often okay with that, for the strength to overcome has yet to be delivered. The hour is now 5:22. The morning has not yet heard song, and the radiator is in movement with a passing car. This has been the only sign given to a new day. Reflections press 5 feet against my walls, but depression dares not to scream, you're better than this. The pain begins to paint the picture, questioning how long does it take for the light to fill the day. And I wonder why all these memories are tied to the neighborhoods I can't stop walking through. I don't know what my mother was saying as she placed her hands in mine, gently ushering me onto the train, but the feeling never aged. About 20 minutes pass as we say goodbye to everyone behind the counter. The waitress, the cooks, the stock boy, and probably the chinero too. Customers wave some by name because when you're the product of single hands, sitters suffer through the wages of the minimum funding. As we stand at the open door, waving our last goodbyes, I notice my mother's arm tightens. With everything in movement, I didn't understand what was going on. We always kept up with the footwork, but something was different. She was even walking towards the wrong train station. We walk below ground when she takes out a little coin with a cutout shape and inserts it into the moving rail, but she usually lets me do this. The thick yellow handle too dirty to touch, she now lets me hold. We make our way down to the second landing and stop at the center of the grade platform. Two men begin walking down the stairs. The thin, long lines placed beside them widen. One man wore a white shirt while the other was wearing a black and gray sweater. My mother, in her mothering eyes, spoke of a situation that was absent of my height. They could have walked in either direction, but they started walking towards us. The one in the white shirt tilts his head slightly, giving my mother eye contact, but the man in the gray and black sweater never breaks eyes. It was my father. His markings were not of the cape I've always known, his face discolored, his clothes bruised. The long dark trails of iron soon disappear into the station's night. My mother, still in hand, walks me through the sliding doors where we sit. And in a child's way, I ask her, did it hit them? What? Did the train hit them? Ay, mommy. Grown men know when to move out of the train's way. I'm not sure if this was the first time a man has filled both my pain and my questions, my heart and my smile. But as my height began to reach turnstiles, I told myself it was just a dream. That dragons didn't really eat fathers. Men were not magicians. Trains were not attics and playgrounds. They didn't hide children. I had to stretch my bones across the sand and label his headstone, always and forever. As a child, he used to sing me that song, you know. My mother now clings the leaves that have taken me, and his smile. I question the relationship he could have had with my children. I tell God, I think I understand why you didn't make me a bride, just to save me the embarrassment of walking in your home alone. We often fight about the whys. Why I never counted cows that jump over moons. I get upset with him. I get upset with him because he knows that in my story, it's needles that erase skylines in cities that we're children. This love comes broken, but it's where I call home. So a letter to my father's friend. Please know that I have failed him on days I could not speak of his name, nor the traumas he has caused me. So it should come as no surprise that I will fail you the same way. There will be days when forgiveness will not sit easy. The envelope marked with your name will sometimes go unanswered. But my heart is still heavy to a habit that has taken my kin, and you man in the white shirt, have watched without change. Please know that his family has never recovered. Some of us wear his face without having to know him, and that shit hurts. So no, I cannot write. I hope when this letter finds you, it finds you in the best of. For my pen still grieves in my father's name. Respectfully, his daughter. That was my time. I thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
Y'all open
Sorry
your
about that.
mics. Once you get your breath back, throw some roses. Oh my word.
Beautiful set.
Thank you.
You are a force of nature, my girl.
Thank you, Ispa.
All the love,
And
all
and,
the
and
hugs.
professional, because you just kept right on going. I'd have cussed some niggas out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was thinking about that shit, Jockey, and I was shocking you. I was like, we online, and I ain't gonna do Miss Stacy Dyson like that, so somebody sucks
yes,
the end, you know.
there are stupid people wherever. So my apologies for that, Tabitha. But we got
Oh,
him out of
that
here as
is.
quick as we could.
You do not have to apologize at all. Thank you guys for the time. I thank you so much.
I had a
Thank you.
troll last week offering me money. Came on I was hosting Ain't Right Tribe.
Oh wow.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm telling him spit a piece. There's a cue behind you. If you're not gonna spit, I gotta let the next one go up. And he's like something about don't you want my money or something. And I just got him out of there. It's great having control over that you can just block them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Block them and report them, and I did. So they won't just be on my shit list; they'll be on everybody's.
That's good. That's good. Man, tonight has been amazing. Y'all are definitely some fire singers. I'm so happy to share a stage with y'all.
Me
Um,
too.
Miss Stacy Dyson has done so much for Tesoro, and from being poet laureate for however many years out in Colorado. Was it Colorado? I made that up. Just countless books, and everyone needs to get their hands on this one because the sun would not move. Because she's stubborn, so that's a great ass title for her. Because she's stubborn as hell. But it is available on Amazon. You can also reach out to her for a signed copy. It's everywhere books are sold. Go to Barnes and Noble and make them carry it. All right. Be
Yeah.
like, y'all don't have Stacey Dyson on the shelf? Put her
You
on
know
the
what's
shelf.
wrong with them?
But yeah, that being said, y'all got a little bit of taste of what she does earlier, but now I need everyone in this room to come off mute and give it up for Stacey Dyson to give us a full set.
Okay now.
Holler it up for her.
Let's
Woo!
Yeah,
go.
we're
All
Let's
ready.
do
right,
it.
Fine.
Stacy.
We're ready. I
Yes.
just want to say one thing, and that is that Stacy, you picked a very powerful lineup of
Right?
female fire singers. I mean, Linda Crawford, Whisper Poet, Shaki G, Tabs, mind you. I want to say kudos to all four of you and blessings. You all were great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mama T.
I want to speak on Stacy's stubbornness.
Oh dear, must you?
Please, yes. Do that, Whisper.
There's like a quality of some people, right? This like their stubbornness is like an actively resisting you, like pulling away, like active stubbornness. And Stacy is not that. Stacy is simply immovable.
Oh.
I mean, she's just simply immovable. She doesn't actively try to be stubborn or do anything. She just is.
Perfect.
And I love you for it.
We do.
We all do. Let's hear you rain
We
fire
sure
from the
do.
sky.
Yes.
Woo!
Y'all are so sweet. Um, I would cry, but I'm already dealing with allergies, so let's not make it any worse.
Oh no.
The pieces that I'm going to do for you are from the book, are from Because the Sun Would Not Move. But the piece that I'm going to end with, I've been doing for 30 years, maybe 35 years. It has ended just about every show I've ever done. And so, tradition demands that I do it. But all the pieces that you're about to hear are from Because the Sun Would Not Move. Some of them you may have heard. I've been workshopping it, for the last 2 years. But they're all singing strong to me today. So, airport coming out of Tennessee. Sharp banging noises. Somebody yelled, gunfire! And the place shut down. Flights canceled, runway closed, TSA lines stretched all the way to the back of the building. And the only people on the floor, Black and brown women. Soothing, explaining, the only people on the floor, Black and brown women, taking care, solving problems, Black and brown women making sure that everyone is taken care of and okay. My show got Zoom bombed in August, and tonight. Filthy racist screaming, filthy pornographic images. So I killed the cameras, apologized to the guests, put up a closed session, and did the show. Another day soothing and explaining. Another day taking care, solving problems. Another day being a strong Black woman. I had nightmares all week. Sick stomach, headache. And nobody knew except for the one sister I had to call because I had work to do and couldn't fall apart. I had work to do and needed to protect my people. I had work to do. And strong Black women take care, soothe, protect, solve problems, right? Kamala Harris took over the nomination. People started breathing again, got hope again. Felt like maybe we weren't going to die through errant trumpidity. Gets called bitch, she smiles. Gets called half-breed, she walks light and hopeful. Gets the entire weight of the free world dumped at her feet and is required to smile and laugh and be strong and protect and care, solve problems, be a strong Black woman doing what strong Black women do and looking good while we do it. Another sister on the floor holding hearts together because that's the job, right? That's what we were born and bred to do, right? Stay calm, keep it together, soothe, teach, hold up, hold out, hold it in till you can get somewhere private. And even then, don't take too long because somebody needs feeding or holding or help, knowing that to be true, knowing that there is nothing to be gained in telling you that blinding, painful truth. Come closer. Let me ask you something. When do I get to lose my shit? Our mothers bade us stand up straight so that we did not dirty our wings in the dust. Our fathers bade us stand up so that our crowns did not roll into the gutter. But the world led us, beat us, stole our children, made us responsible for holding up the damn sky all the damn time, and then said, oh, by the way, we need just a little bit more. Sister, you got just a little bit more in you, don't you, sister? The least protected and most abused, the lowest paid while bulk of the workforce, the ones who create the movements then get buried in the dust of the rush to correctly frame the story. The world envies and imitates, craves our lips, our hips, the way we style our hair, our joy, our dancing, but when they are looking for ways to deny, to denigrate, they come for us. How we fix our hair, Simone Biles. How we sing our laugh, Kamala Harris. How we fix our mouths to say whatever we need to say, me. And every other sister who keeps telling the truth. And then we are loud and extra and manly and wrong until the world comes running to us again to make it all right. I would like for just a day to be valued. I would like for just a day to have my contributions recognized past what I do for other people. I would like for just one goddamned day to not hear the word resilient used to describe me. That's not a description. It's a dismissal and a death warrant all rolled into one. I would like for my sisters to stop believing and being told that our worth depends on what we do and who we are for our people. I want Black men to stop using us as an icon or an excuse. I want white women to stop using us as a crutch, a repository, or a vessel to constantly drink from but never replenish. I want white women to stop using us as a crutch or a repository or a vessel to constantly drink from and never replenish. I want white men to stop thinking of me as an exotic trophy. a revenge on their ancestors, an aggravating source of the children that crowd your welfare rolls, ruin your schools, and raise your property taxes. And that day is going to come, believe me, but not right now. Not, not right now. Not next year, not in the next 20 years, because there is too much at stake and the world hasn't learned to hold itself together yet. We can't jump ship. Believe me, we'll get everybody else on the lifeboats and they get left to drown. Because that's the job, right? Soothe, comfort, and protect everybody else first. And I want to stand on this mic and howl. I want to stand on this mic and cuss, scream, shake the whole earth with stories about where my heart and all the bodies are buried. But I can't. Because I have little sisters coming up under me whose way will be blocked, banned, buried if I tell all the truth at this moment in time. So, all right. Not tonight or tomorrow or I don't know when, but I need to ask. America, Africa, every island, every continent, anywhere there is a sister holding it down, holding on, crying in the dark, or having to hold herself so tight that her heart doesn't have room to break. My frustration, my life needs a calm, a clear, not defined by what other people need, demand from me. Seriously, world, I am a Black woman trying to live through this burn of reality in this world, and I gotta know. I gotta know. When do I get to lose my shit? The tears don't help you do the work. They blur the screen, leave you trying to scrub wet salt and horror off your hands. Recreate, reinvent the memory of every other pain you've tried to write away. Your voice gets hoarse. Your instrument becomes your torment because you can't cry. It strangles the syllables. You can't breathe shallow. You need the air in your passages to tell the truth. And anyway, what good does it do? Your sisters still get shot for going about their lives for no good reason. Going about their lives. I am tired of writing poems mourning Black women who were just minding their own damned business. You read the reports and your eyes begin to burn, and there is no use in crying. Crying doesn't stop bullets. Crying doesn't stop insanity. Crying doesn't stop the threat of being murdered for playing games with children, smoking a cigarette, boiling water, sleeping. But you have to know. You have to read the reports and watch the videos and suffer. You have to feel like the weight of 1,000 years is never going to be off your shoulders because their names need to be said at least once in celebration of their lives, just once in celebration of their lives, not as martyr or icon or the reason for a revolution, spoken, just spoken of as person, as people, as women, just trying to make a way, make it through, live as person, live without the threat of becoming the focus of a movement. But your eyes burn and you rebuke yourself, run to your pen, try and make it right the only way you know how. Try to make it right the only way left to you. Try not to tremble while you write the piece. Sing the piece. Your eyes are burning, but you can't cry. Don't cry. Not where anyone can see you. Remind yourself, this has happened before. You know the drill. Why are you surprised? Remind yourself, this has happened before. You can't. You can't give up. You can't give up the right. You can't give up the right to be surprised and hurt and desperate because someone has to sing all their song. Someone has to mix the pain, anger, salt sweat, streaming, utter betrayal produced by this country into ink that breathes firestorms. Because the tears alone, the tears don't help you do the work. We, Tesoro, and the world lost a sister singer a little while ago, Jen Ray. And I wrote this poem for her a year ago and didn't expect to have to sing it so soon. Sometimes, honey, sometimes it just needs a sister. Someone whose DNA is drenched in your personal history, who doesn't necessarily love what you love, but understands the reasons for your affection. Someone whose hand can hold and be held from a light years away. 'Cause sometimes life goes out of its way to try and break you, whether with dreams or memories or the cacophony of coulda, shoulda, maybe I would have if I had been more capable, more brave, less deviled by the demons in my pocket. Bad tears feast on those times. Years, days, hours apart, it doesn't matter. Never matters. Because, honey, those tears lie in wait. Oh, the traps are clever. It might be a word, a look, one lyric, one seemingly innocent inconvenience or life note meandering by, looking harmless. A thing that brought you joy or sorrowed you, something could at least have the decency to be ignored till it was convenient for you to deal with it. And then snap, the trap springs. And your whole body becomes the playing field for those tears, for that pain, and teardrops become rivers, and rivers become something to drown you. It's a hard way to go down, honey. That's when you need a sister who understands your mind, carries your heartbeat into her existence, who will set fire to her clock, talk smoke to her calendar, tell her lover to go play 'cause grown folk talking, who will set fire temporarily to other obligations if need be, just to make sure you're warm. She is what keeps you in check, on game, clothed in the best version of your possibilities. However, she cannot be perfect. She will not be fragile. She is required to have tempers and bad days, times where she drop kicks her crown, crushes it in the dirt, and then watches it roll into the closest gutter. She is required to know that you carry her heartbeat into your existence. She will find it necessary to be on the most intimate terms with all kinds of crying and every joyful possibility existing in the same body, in her body. She will have no doubt that fires are set from the light of the way you love her, will understand that nothing more or less will do. This is God's gift for daring to be a woman in this world and living in the best way to tell your tale. She will come unbidden and always just in time to save your life. Over and still and again. This is the Lord saying, no, I did not send you out here alone. I knew how it would be to be yourself, to push the cost of what it is to be yourself, to leave you ultimately singing in the narrow spaces and places in your life and the wider spaces, places of your ever present. I will give you two things. said God, hope, and her. And sometimes, honey, it's just going to need a sister. This this particular piece that I'm getting ready to do, um, I don't remember. You know how the with the really, really good ones, the very best pieces, you do not remember writing them or how they came to be. Um, I got into this piece and it was almost all the way through before I kind of put my pen down and said, "Where did this come from? And why did you think it was necessary?" I've been sitting in on open mics for sometimes it feels like a million years, but especially since the pandemic was raging. And everybody here has done open mics. Everybody here has sat through people going on and on and on for what sometimes doesn't feel like all that good a reason. And I was sitting in, unfortunately, one of those, and I saw somebody actually, because I read the chat all the time. I'm always interested to find out what's going on in the chat. And somebody had actually put in the chat, "Thank you for your share." And the first thing that hit my mind was an AA meeting. And I couldn't help it. And so I had to write this. You know, there are those poems where you think, "Oh, this will be cute. I'm going to go ahead, and do this." I had to write this one. I have long maintained that most open mics resemble an AA meeting, which thought was confirmed the night I saw in the chat, "Thank you for your share." And that's when I knew any line between the two was artificial. So please bow your heads for our prayer. God, grant me the serenity to not put a contract on pretenders who are wasting my time, the courage to acknowledge spirit singers that the rest of the audience may not snap fingers for, and the wisdom to know the difference. Before we even get started, a few housekeeping notes. Coffee and cookies are in the back. Please clean up for the next group. Parking out front is free until 10, and don't even worry about admitting you have a problem. You're a poet. Need we say more? Step 1, be humble and mean it. The Lord did not single you out, she just picked you special. Get your head around that. Step 2, sincerity or originality. Nothing else will do. If you borrow, bend the knee to their name. If somebody borrows, copies, or quotes you wrong without your consent, track them down, put a curse on their bones, then call their mama and tell her it was you. That's right, scorch their earth and leave nothing behind. We'll wait. Step 3, stop kissing on that mic like an old flame you trying to convince it really was good and they know they need to come back for more. You want to put your mouth on something so bad? Drink every syllable and its intent deep into your soul and lay your lips accordingly. Step back and respect the sensation. I promise you. Do it like you're meant, and the intent will kiss you and the audience right back. Step 4, the pain is not going away. Deal with it. Remember the worst day of your life. Dip your pen deep and write till blood runs from the tip. Don't stop until the pain is manageable, because the pain is not going away. Step 5, wrap your head around the most profound joy you've ever felt. Dip your pen deep and write till golden bright thought sparks gratitude that breathes in flame and laughter, and the sensation that you are all that and the absolute shit runs from the tip of your pen. Don't stop, just swallow and smile. Deal with it. The joy is not going away. Daily affirmation. Damn straight, this is a real job. Really. That's right, I said it. So there. Step 6. This is most definitely not all about you. Really, it isn't. Stop thinking so. We'll wait. Step 7. Get down on your knees and beg your ancestors' pardon for not calling their names and saying thank you after flowing a piece that you know calls fire down from the sky. There are no amends you can make. Just don't be stupid and do it again, because neither your grandma or mine is having that. Daily affirmation. I will tell my truth today. I will open my soul to the truth today. I will not hide from that truth, no matter how not sweet, less comforting, non-pretty it shows itself to be. And if I fail in any of this, I will shut my mouth till I remember who I am and what I was born to do. Step 8. Get your nose out of your notes, hold your head up, and act like somebody raised you right. We don't care about your forehead, so quit showing it to us. Stand or sit straight, look us in the eye, and stop mumble talking. Stop leaning on your nerves or first times or this is new. Enunciate your glory, your homage, your knowledge, or the stories you are blessed to sing. And if I have to tell you again, we can call up your ancestors, your mama, and any possible descendants, see step 7, and have them explain real sacrifice to you. Step 9 comes in 3 sections. Part 1, do not explain your piece. Part 2, do not explain your piece. Part 3, please expect curled lip, pure ennui, and an enduring lack of interest if you explain your piece. Don't. And no, I am not saying please. Step 10, rinse, repeat, and remember step 9. I'm not saying I'm going to hurt you if you forget, but somebody will. Step 11, this is still not about you. Believe me. Daily affirmation. Know that the world is waiting for you to help them breathe, cry, or sing. Dream in that belief. Sleep in it. Then get on that stage, breathe deep, and let the people know they matter. You care. Their needs be heard. You can messenger their heart. You can and must, and we'll clarify how it is to live, survive, bleed, or dance in this place, in their space. Step 12. The Lord has blessed you. Your ancestors, parents, partners taught you. This is a sacred charge. Treat it that way. And do your damn job. Do our damn job. Open your mouth, breathe clear, look clear. Breathe deep and do your damn job. This piece I've been doing a lot. This is one of those came out of the sky. I don't even know. I can tell you where I was. I was in a motel room taking a staycation, trying to finish this book. And I had told myself, I am going to write a poem or at least 2, possibly 3 every single day that I'm here. And I had a set working time and like the whole deal. And it comes to the working time and I'm pretty much just sitting there going, and this memory popped into my head. I don't know why, but it turned into what is becoming rapidly probably my favorite and the best piece that I've written in a few years. When Daddy told us the grits thing, I was still in school, 15, 16, just getting interested in relationships, not sex, just how it worked between men and women, the psychology, sociology of how folks got together, got along. Let me start by saying I was a very protected girl, not in the sense of being hovered over or not encouraged to adventure. I had sisters who would fuss with me but fight my battles come push to shove. My mother taught me defense via sharp tongue and wicked wit the way Southern women do, and my father, well, Daddy was a combat veteran Golden Gloves champ who had a miniature gun collection and made no secret that even looking cross-eyed at a girl of his was not an option. When Daddy told us the grits thing, it was after growing up years of watching how my parents danced late in the living room, spent walks holding hands and making mutual respectful decisions, watching arguments that didn't always end like fairy tales, but ended, watching Valentine's addressed to his special angel, watching the pride on her face when he sang with the God's messengers. Years of watching how men and women needed to relate to each other. Years of hearing stories from friends and seeing stuff in other people's houses that would later make my parents purse lips or shake disapproving heads saying, nah, or we don't do like that. Years of friends whose fathers treated their mothers like property, or stupid, or not as good as, talk trash about women with their wives or girls or daughters looking embarrassed or scared or too beat down to breathe. Saying to my father, bet you wish you'd had some boys instead of all them girls. Daddy was never what you might want to call amused by those words. Made sure we didn't spend much time around such folk. Made sure we knew better than to listen to men like that. Knew better than to be women like that. When Daddy told us the grits thing, my mother was big into Al Green. Y'all know, the soul singer, Arkansas boy. Mr. Let's Stay Together, which Tina Turner redid and did better, but I digress. Women used to swoon, listen tight and late at night to his sound. My mother got this look of ecstasy and anticipation dancing around the living room. I personally had no use for him. Too much music, too full of himself. Besides, I was Stevie's girl. But again, I digress. Don't know if y'all know, but the true stories of Black entertainment lives come quick down the Black church and community pipeline. Doings and rumors and goings on were well known way before they hit the real news. In 74, Mr. Here I Am, Come and Take Me got stupid with his girl, who paid him back with boiling grits yanked right off the stove and poured all over his sorry self. And if you were Black, you knew all about it long before the entertainment mags and papers did. Baptism comes hard some days. Old Al got religion and became the Reverend Green right quick in 76. A little while after, my sisters and me doing afternoon chores or homework, something. Daddy called us into the formal dining room, had us sit and be quiet. Asked, had we heard? Yeah, we heard. Okay. You know not to let some man put his hands on you, right? We'd been taught right. We nodded our heads and said, well, yeah, Daddy, we know. We know. My father cleared his throat now. When Daddy cleared his throat, it was about to get deep. Daddy grunted, cleared his throat, looked us straight in our eyes, and said, any man ever puts his hands on you. Any man ever puts his hands on you. You put some grits on the stove and call your daddy. Y'all got it? We got it. That was 40 some years ago. My daddy's been gone 15 years and more. There have been a fair number of fellas, some just out for sex, some exploring relationships. I've watched and listened and learned. I'm better at understanding the psychology, the sociology of how folks get and stay together. I remember being taught right by years of fights that didn't always end in fairy tales, pride in each other and Valentines. And forever open to the psychology, the sociology of men and women and how we get together. I deeply believe in equal decisions dancing late at night in the living room. That being said, every kitchen I've ever lived in features several large pots for boiling. and at least one freshly purchased box of grits. So to close out, um, before I say anything else, first of all, I have to say, you remember at the top of the show, I told you that today was our 4th anniversary. What I didn't tell you is that the reason today is special, the reason that as much as I can, we do our big shows on March the 18th, the one thing that keeps me together when the rest of March is not doing what it should. March 18th is my daddy's birthday. So my very, very first CD release party was daddy's birthday present. Daddy, this is the second, this is another birthday present. This poem is not in the new book. This poem is part of a book that's coming up because once I get finished with something, it's like, yeah, now what? This is what. The new book will be called Jesus and Ice Cream, and that's the name of this piece. When I was a little tiny girl, falling and scraping my knees, getting cinder dust in my eye, too stupid to stay away from barbecue fires and camping flames. Whenever I was busy being childishly ignorant and got hurt, my mother would frown. Daddy would scold a little. My Grandma always pulled me to one side, wiped my face, gave me a spoon of chocolate mint or butter pecan or striped vanilla. That was my favorite. Made me say a little small prayer over it first. Remember, girl, all you ever need is Jesus and ice cream. What one doesn't fix, the other will. Gran's been gone for decades. I still hear her sometimes. Been hearing her a lot the older I get. Life has been difficult for other people, for the world, for me. What we thought were certainties barely exist as ghosts of thought right now, dying or breathing in pain. There's so much pain. Gasping for just a little small breath of something, anything, keep them alive. I can't sing anymore. Some disagreement between my lungs and vocal cords. The sound is cracked, only fluted between my lips if I'm sotto voce. It's not like before. Nobody would pay to hear me now. I cannot walk right. The infection from the flood in Baton Rouge crept inward and ate away at any grace I had. Bending the knee is no fancy descriptor of protest. It is a fervent wish. When I gave away probably 10 years ago. One eye works perfectly. The other is scarred inside. Surgery would help, maybe. Not really change anything. I think I regret most my hands. I used to have the most beautiful hands. And now the fingers swell, ache if I type too long. Working with pen and ink has become a very bad joke. My doctor says I have a heart murmur. She's a nice enough woman, but a born liar. Because my heart has never murmured in my life. It shouts, defies, works, and loves to the point of joy and exhaustion. It has never known how to be quiet. I'm a Black woman in a country that is busily trying to kill my culture, crush my history, murder my hopes. They have been searching for centuries to find a way to break my back, my faith, my heart, only my heart. Only my heart has succumbed, but never completely, and never for long. The one thing that has no blemish, no mark, no chance of being quenched is my anger. That is bright and shiny new every moment, every hour, every second living under this present evil. I may forgive, I never forget. I may seem to sleep in shadow sometimes, but I am only biding time and planning not hiding away. This life, this world has never hurt so much that I cannot heal myself. And anyone smart enough to believe me, so keep all your nostrums and patents and pills. Keep your easy cures and quick fixes. Keep my name out of your mouth. I have my brains and faith. I have warrior's blood and a heart that cannot, will never be done for. I got Jesus and ice cream. And Grandma knew. Grandma always knew what would bring me through everything to the other side. So one last piece before we say goodnight, but before I go, I want y'all to open up your mics and give it up for Shocky G, Linda Crawford, Whisper Poet, and Tab, mind you, because these ladies didn't just carry me through, they are carrying the world right now. So y'all give it up.
And
Oh
Stacey,
man.
thank you.
Thank you all.
Bork and Stacy. Everybody give it up for Stacy.
I
Yes.
know.
Everybody
Stacey,
give it up.
yeah.
And tell your friends to tell a friend to tell a friend to buy a book, to buy her book.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
again,
wanted to,
the
I
book is
wanted to
called
point out Stacy is an Aquarius, and Aquarius is an air sign. So Stacy is the wind beneath our wings.
Thank you, sweetie. The book is called Because the Sun Would Not Move. It is available wherever you can buy books. You can order it online. You can get in touch with me directly, and I will send you a signed copy. So there are a million different ways to get those words out, as Whisper says, into the wind. This last piece, as I say, has closed down just about every show that I have done for certainly the last 30 years. And again, it comes very much from the Lord just kind of smacked me in the back of the head and said, write this and pay attention. I honestly didn't think it would have the kind of longevity that it does. There are things in my life that still constantly amaze me, and this piece is probably one of them. The usual question is why? What made you be a poet? I've heard about how death turned some people, jail time, bad fortune. I can't claim any of that. I am a poet because even at 5, you know when the Lord is talking to you. I am a poet because God laid his hand on me and said, here am I, now speak. So if you hear something in this poem you know and believe, say amen. If you hear something you don't know but want to believe, sing well. And if you don't know and can't believe, then tip your waiter and prove you tried to keep Trump the hell out of office so you will have done something useful with your sorry self. I am a poet because love laid its light on my parents' marriage. They held each other's hearts like jewels, polished with 5 girls, money problems, fights at good times, so that when my mother said no to the chemo, no to the surgery, no to the cancer, she died smiling in my father's arms. I am a poet because every 7 seconds a woman is raped, because every 2 minutes a child is molested, because every half hour somebody dies alone. And every hour on the hour, government commits genocide while big business pats itself on the back. Because I applaud innovation, but tradition is the fire at which my soul warms itself. I am a poet because my nephew smiles, hang the stars. I have friends and Tesoro sisters whose personal job it is in life to mess with me all the time. Because my baby misses me so bad when I'm away and loves me back home so sweet. I am a poet because using the language properly is like good sex. If you can't stroke it, kiss it, taste it, and then lay it down till it screams with every intended passion, keep your damn mouth shut. I am a poet because of Aretha Franklin, Langston Hughes, Mahalia Maya, and Dylan Thomas, Mary Evans, Sonia Sanchez, Gato Barbieri, Nora Jones, Duke Ellington, Nikki Giovanni, and Shaka Khan. because of Alexander Dumas, Père et Fils, Raymond Chandler, Tina Marie, and Johann Sebastian Bach. I am a poet because when Smokey sang, "Let me be the clock for the time of your life," every woman in the world said, "Tick tock, baby." I am a poet because when I was wrong, my parents did not medicate, therapy, or offer alternative behaviors. They smacked my hand, whipped my butt, and made me hold my head up to say, "I'm sorry." I am a poet because I am a Black woman in a white world whose prayers to the ancestors bring down fire from the sky that I kiss into the diamonds I want to hang in your ears. Because the words retard, fag, slut, nigga bitch are still accepted and recognized parts of conversation. I am a poet because Sacagawea got jacked up on the gold dollar, Cleopatra was the sister, and because rejecting European standards of beauty, I roll out every morning so damn fine that I am illegal in all 50 states and most of the U.S. territories. I am a poet because I know God, because I know He laid His hand on me and said, "Here am I. Now speak." Thanks so much, y'all. It has been a blast.
Amazing. Yay.
What a way to throw flame on the end. I love it.
Yes.
Oh man,
What an
listen, my
amazing
Zoom
show.
crashed, and I thought if I don't get back in here within a few seconds, I'm going to be really upset. Very good.
Anything that you missed, I'll be happy to call and read to you one-on-one. So don't worry about that.
Okay, no, it was just like a blip for like a few seconds, and you were just saying, "Let's thank everyone," and then you were going to read the last poem. And it's like, my God, I do want to say this one thing though. All you have to do from now on, Stacy, is to walk into any room, any feature, read the Daddy and the Grits poem. I don't know the title of it, and walk out. You don't need to do anything else ever but that. Amazing.
It has become a bit of a what I call a barn burner. So yeah.
It is.
I
It
love that.
is.
Thank you for being such an inspiration.
Yes.
And grits are a weapon. If you're from the South, you know. If you know, you know.
Y'all, it has been so much fun, and I've had such a good time. I want to thank you so much for coming and listening. If you can, go ahead and get a copy of Because the Sun Would Not Move. As I say, it is available wherever books are sold. It is available online. If you can't get to it any other way, hit me up at poetswind@hotmail.com, and we will figure out how to get you a copy. My other two books, because I'm sorry, Follow Me on This and Lovely in Suffering are still, thank you, Jesus, in print too. So any words you want to hear from me, yeah, we can get them to you. Again, thank you so much for Shocky G. Thank you so much for Linda Crawford. Thank you so much for Tab Mind You. Thank you so, excuse me. Thank you so much for Whisper Poet. You all have made my book launch one of the best times I've had all year long. So before we go, and I've started to make this a thing, and I think everybody needs to make the thing. Y'all hit your react button, throw roses, throw hearts. Let's fill this screen up in mad appreciation of the art and its form and the craft and what it can do. How do you do that?
Yeah.
I love seeing that. I love seeing that. One last announcement. Tomorrow, we are having a show that is in memory of our sister singer, Genevieve Ray. The details will be on our website, www.firesingers.com. Jen's still here, as far as I'm concerned. We just can't really see her. So he's going to sit there in her queenly laughing way and listen to us fet who she was and who she is. Okay. You all have a fantastic evening. Thank you again so much. I'm going to go drink more Coca-Cola than is legal in any place in the world. Y'all take it light, and we will see you around the way. Thanks for coming.
Karen Scott, it's great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, Linda. Yeah. Sorry I was so late.
Great.
Good to see you again, Stacy, and I'm looking
You
for that
too.